All right. Hello, everybody. Give a little bit of a chance for people to get on here. It is Metaphysical Matters for May the 28th, 2020. We're going into, I guess we've been doing this about 10 months. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. I trust you and believe what you say, but it just doesn't seem possible to me.
I know. It's just so strange. So incredibly strange.
Time is losing its meaning. I'm irritable today.
Hey, Pam.
I hope nobody in my circle crosses me today.
I don't want to cross you. Let me tell you.
I can be evil.
Hey, Sonia. It was like, I don't know, like I walked into the middle of a tornado when I first came in the door.
The bad news is that, I get evil, then James, he's perfectly pleasant and everything. Then later he'll get me for it. He'll bushwhack me. You think you're safe. He jumps out from behind a bush and reminds you of all the hatefulness that you were putting out there.
Well, he has to bide his time. What you need?
Nothing. I want to just that curtain's open.
Hey,
back
Cindy.
there.
Thank you.
And it's getting on my last nerve. God, I'm hot. That's what it is. I got hot.
Okay.
You said, hey, Cindy, and my phone misheard you say.
Is your phone's name Cindy?
No, it thought you said SIRI. That's funny.
Oh.
Well, I am just evil today.
Okay, well, let's just
get
over
it's the heat. I'm just going to tell you. I'm telling you because I want to apologize to anybody out there if I seem to be brutal, because I don't think I have a mild irritability thing. I'm either very pleasant or I'm brutal. There's not much in between, and it's the heat.
The brutal meter is like
it's bad.
It's pegging over into the red right now.
And the truth is, I'm sorry as I can be. I like being unpleasant. I want to be a pleasant person. But golly, bum, it's like if I've got any buttons, this bunch on here is pushing them.
They're jumping on them.
Oh my God. And
there's a giant trampoline right over your main button, and they're jumping on it.
They are. And I don't guess they know they're doing it. And I'm trying really hard to say something nice, so I don't regret it later. But it's hard. And I'm gonna
Hey, Judy.
I'm gonna be a Karen and writes to emails to some management, some local.
Have you heard about that
businesses?
The internet meme of Karen,
Oh, yeah.
The girl the lady, has to be a middle-aged lady with short blonde hair, I guess, is what I've heard. But anyway, that's always complaining to the management. I was in retail management for many years, and I had many run-ins with Karens. And anyway,
I'm going to be a Karen today.
It's like there's an archetype. There are archetypal figures in your life and in our collective life. And Karen, the reason it's so funny, and it has really, taken root among on the internet and stuff, is because that is an archetype, and we all know a Karen. And I guess sometimes we are Karen. Sometimes Karen acts out toward us, through us. But
well, this one's going to act out because I went down to the dollar store, and I swear they have the door propped open, and the girl that works there, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's me, because I have hot flashes, something I'm going to do till I die. I've decided just to keep up the habit forever. And I'm in there, and it's so hot. I'm sweating. And, she's the one telling me, fill out the form and tell it's hot, because she is like so hot. She's dying. The lady behind me who was young, she actually says, no, it's hot in here. It is very. So I felt better, and I felt vindicated. And I thought, I shall free them from this oppression. I shall write a nasty, not really nasty, I wouldn't do that. I will write a direct email to these people, because they're going to care about it and make the dollar store much more pleasant for the shoppers. That will happen.
Okay, Karen. I'm sorry I didn't make it last week, but we had incredible rain last week, and my gosh, we had it again this week. But anyway, we had a tree down over there where I live, and the power was out, and so I couldn't do any of my prep work, and I just didn't feel presentable. You know how you feel when you can't have a shower, can't do your stuff. So anyway, so I just decided to skip it last week. So I'm sorry that I had to do that, but I'm glad to be here today. So it's been 2 weeks since we've gotten together. So what
I look huge, and you look small.
Well, I'm kind of lean back.
Okay.
So what have you, what's the energetic patterns you're seeing, the issues people are concerned with? What's going on?
I don't know.
Sorry, not good enough.
I don't know. I can't remember.
That's an essay question, and you must answer it.
I don't remember anything. Okay, let me just tell you how it's going to be. This way I am right now, that is how it is. It's going to be a time of mood swings. Yeah, and irritability, followed by maybe euphoria. Like that'll happen. But sudden change is favored. And continued earth changes, by the way, will continue. Um, but also, I just feel that people could be acting out 10 times worse. And this mood that I'm in, which will end, don't worry, people, this is bad because it can be contagious. And then it's like, I feel better. You go home and poor Ellen catches it because you hang around me for 5 minutes. And it's like,
if Ellen's watching right now, she's laughing because she knows that we worked through some issues this morning. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Good. Well, and people that are genuinely a little bit too moody too, I think they're going to be hit harder than the people who are more stable, obviously. But I think even the more stable people could find themselves a little bit on the, on the pointy end of the stick, maybe, I don't know, the wielding of the stick.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, that's what I think the energy is. But also it's good for surprises, maybe of a more pleasant kind. And I need a new ring. Just so you know, I'm not a jewelry person. You might not have noticed. I like earrings on occasion. I usually, when I'm on here, I usually actually manage a little lipstick and earrings. Not today, obviously. But I love this little ring, and it's really cute. This weird thing. This is another one of those weird things. I saw it in a pawn shop, and it wasn't but, I don't know, so many dollars. And I thought, can't be real diamonds, but it was. But they're teeny tiny diamonds, and it looks like 2 flower petals. Well, James and Jamie just went in together and bought it for me because my wedding band got gone. I don't know where James's got gone. But anyway, he sandblasted them. That's where the heck they are. Don't even ask. And he thought that would be like a fun thing to even. But anyway, I wear that ring all the time. And it's really weird because a while back, and this is a coincidence thing, I guess, but I started thinking, I was taking a bath back when I could actually take a bath, because now I'm afraid I won't fall if I try to stand up, and I need a walk-in tub, so I'm trying to save. That's beside the point. My hands is all, I was in the tub, and I noticed that one of the little teeny tiny diamonds was missing. And even though they're teeny tiny, it's obvious. And it upset me so bad because I'm thinking, I don't know how much it's going to cost and blah, blah, blah. Do you know, not like a week later, I had a little group come to see me, and I happened to mention it. I don't know why I even mentioned it. And do you know that one of the girls there who was from somewhere, not even around here, like maybe she actually might have been from South Africa, now that I think about it. I don't know where she's from. But anyway, she actually was a jeweler and actually had some diamonds. Who carries diamonds of that size? And she took
a jeweler, I guess.
She took my ring, and because she was getting ready to come back with another group of the, it was a class or something like that. Anyway, she brought it back and diamond fixed, and that was several years ago. Anyway, I'm thinking about that story. I'm thinking about it. Son of a gun! Within 2 days, I looked down, and one of the diamonds in the center is gone, and it was a little bit bigger. It's gone, and it's so bizarre because I think about it. And there it is. So now I've got to figure out how to replace that diamond, which I guess I could take it to like a jewelry store and ask them for.
So are you saying you're kind of like negatively manifesting? Like
I don't know if I'm just picking it up or if I'm, it's like it's going to happen. And therefore I'm just, picking that energy up or what. But I tell you right now, it's highly aggravating. The point of this story is I'm thinking maybe rather than, I do want to replace that diamond. And I know I can like take it to a jeweler and they'll do it. But I got to be careful with my money, And also, but I'm thinking maybe I might like to have just a new ring.
Well, you're talking about manifesting, and something that I've been noticing. I've had the same phenomenon where it's like negative manifesting. I'm thinking about something, and that might go wrong, and then it does go wrong. Or I just think about it, and something happens with it. But we've also been having a big run, as you would say, of just casual little thoughts like, oh, man, it'd be nice to do blah. And it just shows up. We're moving our antique booth, our resale booth, to another little mall, antique mall, because the one in Old Fort went out of business because of the shutdown, and then the guy wouldn't work with them for the rent, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, we're moving to a new one, and one of the things that they've said they wish that a new vendor could carry would be something like lava lamps. Well, gosh, we don't have any lava lamps. Well, guess what starts showing up all over the place?
How bizarre.
Friggin' lava lamps. What are the chances?
That's bizarre. So I guess the point of this story is be careful what you wish for, and be careful with the intensity that you wish for it. That's what I want to throw out there. And then sometimes what you're feeling, you might not even realize you're wishing, you're manifesting on an unconscious level. And then you might just start thinking about it, but what you're actually doing is perhaps manifesting. And then again, sometimes you just maybe walking a little bit ahead of your soul, maybe walking a few steps ahead of your physical being and garnering a little more information and then bringing that back to you, to your conscious mind. And so my answer to all that is, in fact, the answer is all the above, depending on the circumstances. I don't think it's black and white. I think it's many shades of gray, and depending on what part of you is functioning in what way at what given time.
I do feel like that right now, the energy, is so different. And so, I don't know if we're going up or down or around, who knows? It just feels like a blur at the moment. But it does feel like manifesting is happening, more quickly, and but not anything big, just little random thoughts become real.
Yeah, there you go. I think I would agree with that. So I guess the story of this is be careful what you wish for. And as I've told you, by the way, before, if you ever are like in the mood to manifest something that you need in your life, like a new home, so I can have some cash money, so I can go somewhere and spend it. That's all I want. I'm going to drop dead if I'm not real careful before I get to do anything. I got to go to Florida. And that was like really, after that, I figured I could just go ahead and die. But now I've rethought that and might like to go one or two more places, then die. I want to take Dylan to a couple of places.
So if we're trying to manifest something?
Trying to manifest a decent, clean, small place. This place got upstairs, got downstairs. I need a small place that's easy, clean. I'm going to hire somebody to come in here and clean this pigsty I live in. I cannot keep living like this.
So if we want to manifest something.
I forgot the whole point of this story.
I'm reeling you back in. Let's reel her back in. So if you were giving us, just kind of giving us your guidelines again, which is always good to hear.
Ask for guidance. Before you make your list, okay, you're going to make a list. Qualities I need in a romantic partner. You're going to make a list. What I need in a home, which James and I have done that. We've done it for years. And this is a perfectly good place. Don't get me wrong. But I think it might need to go to a younger people that, don't care to run up down steps and stuff like that. But, you can put a lot of people in this house. Why am I trying to cool and heat a house? I don't even use the space. And I'm heating and cooling. I don't need that. I don't need it. I need something easy.
So we're making a list.
Oh, my God. Anyway, make a list. But before you make your list, put out a prayer to your higher self, to your higher power, to your Lord, whatever it is you do. And ask for guidance. Show me what to ask for. Because you may not know to ask for something. And one thing I want to ask for is I want a creek to be on my property. I know that I don't want to be flooded. I want to be up higher than the creek, And I don't mean like a river, or I mean like a stream, just a little bit of running water. I just feel like that. I feel like that would heal me in some way. I know that may sound crazy.
No,
I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath on getting it because, I've been asking for that. And I moved to that house from where up there on 221 with a thrilled to death because it had a little tiny waterfall out there in the woods, which it was
right beside the National Forest.
Right there.
Really cool.
Went out there, little creek. Immediately upon closing, it dried up, and that was the end of that. Never again. It's like, that happened.
So once we make our list, then what? Just forget about it?
Yeah, forget about it. Put it in the crock pot. Put it in the crock pot. Put it under your pillow, put it in the drawer. Put it away and forget about it. But you can always add to it, edit it. It's fine. You may think that you need this or that, and you get it out and you realize, what was I thinking? Why do I feel like Coyote right now? Okay, beware. I saw a picture of myself come up on my Facebook memories. I'll show it to you. It's around here somewhere. Of me 3 years ago. And I want you to know, I have gone so downhill. So bad. I mean, so bad. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that for no reason.
Okay. Well, just a few minutes ago, you said, to expect more earth changes. And one thing we did not,
downhill, people. It went all bad look at that. Now, you know what'll happen? In a couple of years, I'll look back at this and I think, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could go further. It'll be like a continual roller coaster of new lows. But anyway, carry on.
Okay, a while ago you said, to expect more earth changes. And one thing we didn't get to talk about.
Wait, beware the coyote. Coyote's what's messing with my brain right there and making me forget what I'm talking about. The coyote is the trickster, and the coyote is going to be very good about making you lose your mind. So beware of people that come in your life that harbor the spirit of the coyote. Beware of people that come in your life who are too good to be true. Beware of people who are more interested in the chase and the complexity of the chase than they are of the simple meeting and let something flourish. And beware just of the trickster in all areas of your life. You might be getting spammed. You might be getting all kinds of stuff. But that now, at the same time, you can embrace the energy of the coyote, and that you may see things from a way you would never have seen it before. You may find shortcuts that you've never seen before. You may find ways to workarounds. You may find yourself a little more powerful in a way that you was not expecting. Beware of, yet embrace the coyote. That's your message, people.
Okay. Are we done here?
No, probably not.
All right. Last week, one of the things that we did not get to talk about was the fact that there had been another earthquake cluster in Tennessee. And I think there was 4 in 10 hours, according to the story that you sent me. So what are you feeling for this area? And I couldn't really.
I feel it's a rocking and a rolling. And
okay.
Although we may not have a feeling of all of it, a lot of that stuff is way deep and we don't. It wouldn't surprise me if we didn't get a good shake or two. It's what I'm feeling is almost like a ripple starting in here and going kind of out, and like a wave that's just in. And, I'm not going to worry about it or anything because probably it's going to be too deep for us to worry about. But as you go on out towards, westerly, I think it could absolutely be a little bit worrisome. So,
in the near future?
I don't know time, but it's already happening.
Okay. We had a house guest over the last couple of days, and one thing that we did, I'm sure everybody's still doing this, is sitting around trying to make sense of where we are collectively now, and just trying to figure out where we're. I don't guess we're going to go back to quote unquote normal, the way it was before. New normal. Anyway, it's just everything still feels very much up in the air, not necessarily in a bad way. But one thing that I ran across that I thought was really, really interesting is that also that's what's been kind of a lot of people I've been talking to is the use of psychedelic drugs like
You've been hanging out with James.
No, like ayahuasca, things that you would use in a ceremonial kind of situation.
You've been hanging out with James.
No, that's not my path. I can't do that stuff's not for me. But I've been talking to people who do that. And so that's been kind of on my mind. But anyway, so I ran across this article and I just wanted to share just the brief part of it. It's by this guy from Queen's University in Ontario. And his field of study has been the use of psychedelic drugs and how they change your worldview and your perceptions. And he says what we're doing right now collectively in this, lockdown situation, virus situation, whatever, he sees it doing the same thing to us as those psychedelics do to people who go deep into that world. Like I said, the ayahuasca, the toad, that kind of stuff that takes you into these different realms. He's seeing the same thing because he said the psychedelic experience changes the way your brain works. It resets the brain and, shaking out old patterns and stopping you from ruminating on the same stuff over and over and over.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's not good for you at all. And so one way to look at what's happening and what we've been going through and continue to go through, as far as the good parts of it, is that it is shaking us out of those patterns of rumination and, just doing the same thing over and over. But I thought that was so interesting that he thinks that this is, in its effect, kind of like all of us taking a psychedelic drug together.
That is amazing. And does, believe it or not, sound like James because he reads stuff like that and is very interested in all that too. I saw somebody ask me something. I thought, how does she learn to empathy? And she wants to know, how does she slow down the feelings? Well, sometimes you can't. It's like you take somebody, you duck them in a swimming pool. Hey, you're going to like not let them get wet. So I guess the thing to do would be to suit up with a wetsuit. So at least that way, maybe you can control how it affects your body. And that would be the analogy I'd give. And I think you put that wetsuit on to further that analogy through. And I've told you this hundreds of times, your imagination, because imagination is the bridge from one reality to another. You can imagine yourself in a bubble of light that starts right here. Everybody do this. Put it right here in your heart. You've got a little, it's just bizarre. I actually feel my, that's just interesting. I actually just got a vision of a physical heart, not, like your, whatever. Anyway, put that there, a little spark of light, and imagine now that it's bigger and your whole body's glowing. And now the glowing is around you. Now, pop, there's a bubble around you now. And this bubble is made of light. And it is, you can see through it just fine, but nobody else can see through it because there's a mirror now that has formed on the outside. Think of it like an egg. You're the yolk. The white is the white light, and the shell is a mirror that you see through, but other people see their own reflection. Okay, and this will help you to push that back. But now you've got to make it a special kind of thing where that blessings, well wishes, good luck, whatever can come through. So you imagine anything that's worthy of you and good can just, let's say, turn blue and just soak right in. Anything that's ugly that sent to you on purpose gets sent directly back where it came from. Anything else just kind of goes harmlessly back. Work that up in imagination. Won't hurt. It might help you to maintain your energetic integrity if in fact you're going around picking up everybody and their brother, which is what I do.
Angela has got an interesting question. Are you picking up on November yet? Because she has friends who say that what's going to hit the fan in November.
I haven't really felt anything specifically for that time except for my birthday, which I don't know if I'll be here when it gets here or not. But if I am, I feel like the world will probably be it's always going all to heck. So I don't know. I'm not really picking up anything specific for that time. I'm not, to be real flat out honest, I'm not that great with time. It seems like I would say fall of the year is a major turning point. I will go with that. I will say fall is a major turning point. And I do feel November is significant, and I don't know why. And I'm not going to say anything's going to fan or not because I just don't know. It could be utterly pleasant or it could be horrific or somewhere in between, but it does feel like a turning point. That's all I'm willing to go for now.
Okay. Something has really interested me that's in the news, and I didn't really pay that much attention to it till today. It was just kind of background hum about SpaceX, it's launching a ship, and then they delayed the launch. And I started looking into it, and I'm like, holy cow, we've got a private company. NASA is taking a ride with a private company on a ship called the Dragon. And anyway, it just seems very strange to me. Like, we have NASA, and we're having to hitch a ride with Elon Musk. What do you feel about that?
I feel we should decide what we want to spend our money on and how important it is to do the things like that we need to do. And if we don't,
do you feel anything like, does that have any kind of strange feeling for you? That just feels very weird to me.
No, it just feels like it's a sign of the times, This is a capitalist society, and that's what's going to happen.
So NASA gets all this money and does all this work, and yet they can't get off the ground without Elon Musk.
They're not getting enough money. They're not getting enough help. I think what they're doing is they're pulling their resources to make a better thing for everybody, and better to answer to a private entrepreneur who is maybe going to be more consistent with what he's doing than a government, which may give you some money and it may decide not to. It may today, it may not tomorrow. It's to me, it feels more of a feasibility thing, and it's just the way it is.
But what do you feel about, I've heard, and read a lot of these insider people who say that there is a whole space program that we don't know about that's actually taking place. And we've even talked about it.
There probably is a whole lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and this ain't it, though, and I just feel it hard to believe that, though, that people can keep a secret. But I guess they haven't, because it has leaked out, hadn't it? So never mind. So, I do think, out there in the Area 51 and all that stuff that you read about, I think that there are bits and pieces of absolute legitimate information that comes out, and we garner those bits and pieces. And then some people take them and rationalize them and make something that, hey, I can believe this, and this connects and actually makes this number. Then other people take it and blow it all to, proportion. And then some people just dismiss it out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that there is something there. And I think if you pay close attention, you can find out a whole lot of stuff, that you would, but you have to be willing to open your mind, I guess, to believe in possibilities. But yeah, I think there is a government within a government within a government within a government kind of thing for certain things. We have actually read, you and I, a book that was written by an attorney, not an attorney, a general. Remember? And he talked about like people not knowing what other people know. It's like he said it's like you're on a beach and it's like you got all these people that have information, but this one builds a shack with all the information he has. And somebody else builds a shack on the beach with the information he has. So each person's got a little piece of the what came before, but nobody has the whole picture. So that's how it's kept secret.
Exactly.
So many things are kept secret because everybody's just got a little bit of what's a whole big thing.
That's the whole pyramid concept. Only the person up here, or the entity, or whatever you want to call it, up here has the full picture.
And see, the thing is, that was written not by some, rube. That was written by an actual human that knows stuff. So, but here's what gets me. We've had all these disclosures now from the government, actually, and from other governments, good Lord, Belgium, Canada, all these other places. And nobody cares. It just blows my mind.
I think it just gets into our subconscious and we'll just build on it.
Yeah, it has to sit there for a while, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, good grief, people. I don't know. I guess people are just more interested in going to the beach than they are in finding out that there's amazing, amazing things that have gone on and are going on. And, it could be life, world altering. And I don't know. I just want to go to the beach too. So what are you going to do?
Sometimes that's the most important
What are
thing
you going to do? I can't go out there and make anything happen. But I think if enough people maybe just sit and think, maybe this is something we can do. And say, help us to see more of what is out there that maybe we need to see. On the other hand, maybe if we need to see it, we would. Maybe we're better off if we don't. What I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about like I've so much at children's book. What is it? About mole and rat and frog. What's the name of that book, people? Mole and Ratty and the frog, Toad, not the Toad. Wyndham Willis.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite book. I love that book.
I never read that book.
Oh my God. I don't care if it's for kids. I read it to Dylan when he was little twice. I love it. The way it starts out, the way it makes me feel, I just go into another world. I just go into another world. That first chapter where Mole comes out. If you don't even read anything else, just the first chapter where Mole comes out and goes on an adventure and he meets Rat. And oh my God, I feel like I want to close this now and just go read it again. But
you can read it to us.
There's this part and it took me a while. And by the way, this was written for kids, I think at a 6th grade level or something. I'm thinking much younger when it was written. I'm thinking, oh my God, we have dumbed down. We have so dumbed down.
Yep.
But anyway, back to where I was. There's this place in the book where these animals meet, and I'm telling you this for a reason. The horned, God, which that, people say, oh, that's the devil. Actually, that's a mythological creature that people decided to say that's the devil. Devil's actually an angel of light and it's very beautiful. But this is like a creature from the realm of the fairy, okay? But we all know what is it, centaur?
Mm-hmm.
So it's in this story or in fairyology, whatever.
Fairyology.
He is
I would have been a PhD
a lesser
in that.
god of the animals, right? And so these animals, after all this trying to find a baby lost animal and everything, they see him and they're so overwhelmed with awe. I'm getting cold chills just thinking about this. But I have a point, people. Be patient. They're all overwhelmed at this because, and they said, were you afraid? He says, yes, I was so afraid, but yet I wasn't, because how could I fear him? How could I fear him? But anyway, the thing is, before this creature, this God, lesser God, left, he wiped their minds so that they would have no memory. It makes me cry. What's this make me cry? No memory of seeing him, because it would put such a burden on them that would actually destroy the simple, joyful lives of little animals. So they forgot everything, but yet they knew something amazing had happened. They knew it, but they just couldn't quite remember what it was. And that little story, I think, was just given to me to give to you, because I'm big on analogies. That's how a language works, as to maybe why we don't know things and all that kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. For it's for we're not ready, and it would actually take away our joy of the experience of being human. But there might be a time when we need and have to know, and I guess we cross that bridge when we get there.
Somehow I think that bridge is coming into view.
It's been in view for a while. We just haven't decided what to do about it, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, have that.
Well, while we're still kind of, we were talking about kind of space stuff. Are you picking up anything, feeling anything about the aliens or from the aliens? I know
I
sometimes.
feel like they're congregating. I swear. I shouldn't say swear. I swanny. Remember I swanny?
I
swan and or I swanny. I do believe that they are congregating. I do. I think they're up there in droves. I don't know why, but I feel it. I feel it, and there it is. What do I know? I know nothing. But that's what I'm saying. Did I hear thunder?
I hope not. I've had it with this rain. Well, so do you feel, I know I ask you this every time, do you feel any intention about the gathering?
I don't know what it is. I know there's intention. It wouldn't be gathered if there wasn't any intention.
Well, unless they're just
I've
came
always
to watch.
felt that no, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to know. I don't know. I'll have to think on it and get back to you, because I feel a great resistance as far as continuing with that chain of thought. But I will say that there is a great gathering. Part of it feels protective. Part of it feels not. Part of it feels like stuff's happening. Let's see what we can do about it, maybe, kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess as you would say, we'll just have that. Yeah, Renee says, I wish they would help us and disinfect the earth.
Well, I think the thing of that point of that, Renee, I think disinfecting the earth means getting rid of the plague of humans that are currently assaulting it. So be careful what you wish for.
You sent me a sweet little article, excuse me, last week about, you talking about animals a while ago, that dolphins are bringing gifts from the sea to shore because I think this is a bit of an assumption, because they miss human interaction. Anyway, a pod of dolphins off the coast of Queensland has been bringing ashore gifts from the sea to the people that they were interacting with before. I guess it was dolphin feeding and viewing kind of place.
Yeah. And that made me sad too, because I thought them poor little dolphins, they don't know where everybody went, and they were getting snacks and they're like trying now to, don't be mad at me, here's your thing.
Yeah, they were bringing up like old bottles and just pieces of coral and stuff like that, I guess as offerings. But I had to laugh when I saw that, because it reminded me of that book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when the dolphins say goodbye and thanks for all the fish. Maybe that's what they're doing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Because actually, they're saying, we know you're done here, so we're just saying goodbye. Anyway, but so I wanted to ask you this, and I know I keep kind of harping. I don't want to harp on just the changes that we're going through right now, but it's just such a huge event, huge event. But I'm noticing even my taste in food is changing. Are you noticing that? Are you guys noticing that?
Please tell me you've not lost your smell and taste.
No. I'm not catching a friggin' disease. What I'm talking about.
Okay.
No.
Well, you do. As you get older, that's a known fact.
No. What I'm saying is, what I want to eat has changed. It's not like, I don't taste that.
I understand.
It's like I want to eat fruit. I've gone like fruit crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should have half that kiwi with you.
That's okay. I had some. And like I usually eat a really heavy breakfast, and Anyway, I just find myself going
No,
down.
I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
I've noticed it too. I mean, I'm still going to some of my trusty old, stuff, but I never thought I'd see the day when I'd want to revert back to oatmeal.
I eat oatmeal a lot.
I did when I was little, and I guess I got foundered on it. But I'm kind of I never. It's man, I had enough for a lifetime, But yeah, lately it's like I even go out on occasion to a place here that serves it and get. I go to Sharon's a lot, but I also sometimes go to Shelba's, and they have oatmeal. That's why I go there sometimes. And it's like, yeah, I love it. Don't want to make it myself. I don't want to clean it up, but that's my thing. That's my. Some people drink. I eat breakfast. But yeah, and I've noticed it. I thought, my gosh, what is happening to me? I'm actually an old person now. I'm eating oatmeal, if it's official. But yeah, there's other things, that I'm seeing that I'm doing, and it's like, okay, I'm evolving in some way, I'm changing in some way, and the habits, the energy that I'm putting into my body are evidently evolving with me.
I've noticed too, we may have talked about this before, that like we've been going back and trying to watch some old movies and stuff, and some of them just, movies that I just adored, even up to just a few years ago. I watch them now and go, God, I don't like that movie so much.
You changed, you've outgrown your situation, and it's just the way that goes. So yeah, doesn't surprise me a bit. I get tickled sometimes too when I go back and look at things, and I think, it's like it doesn't fit at all. So I understand exactly what you're saying there. And it also gets me about society. And sometimes I look at it and I feel very wistful, and the idealized version that they're presenting, in the movie, of course, is not the reality, but the idea that they're representing, it's like, yeah, it was simpler and nicer then. Then you think about it, and it probably wasn't, but you know what I mean.
I think in many ways it was. I really do.
In many ways, there was order and whatnot. I watched Rear Window again.
No, it's a great movie.
I love that movie, and I tried to get Dylan to watch. He just gave up on it. He did.
It's
He was sleepy.
It's a little psychological. For
it
his
was,
age.
And I just wanted him to see that, Raymond Burr's coming in to get him, which probably wasn't a very good idea. Now that I think about it, it probably wasn't wise of me, but it didn't matter. He was sleeping. He didn't care. But, I've been showing him, as we already talked about previously, some of the scary movies, like The Blob, which is my all-time favorite. And Dylan said, "Oh, Gigi, are we going to watch a scary movie?" And it's like, he puts in quotes now, and he makes fun of me because he doesn't find them scary.
Well, they're pretty. They are pretty mild. I'll say that.
Well, they are good. They are really, really good because they just are. The end. Next.
Okay, you sent me an article about weakening of the Earth's magnetic field.
Oh, mercy. Sorry, I not to interrupt you, but we missed a lot of comments.
Okay, was anything you need to comment on?
No, okay, never mind. It was
All
a lot
right.
of people are agreeing that they had no caffeine, which she used to love, and blah, blah, blah.
I'm telling you, people, we are
Plant-based meals, yes. Oatmeal every morning.
We are, I think our vibration is raising. We are becoming more light, more clear vessels for something. That's what I'm thinking. I've never been a big fruit eater. I went to the grocery store and I got bananas and I got pineapple and I got oranges and I got all this stuff. I've been drinking coconut water like it's going out of style, and it's just like that's what my body wants all of a sudden.
Well, it is for me too. I love fruit. I've always loved fruit though, and James and I always have a banana at bedtime. But yeah, I think if you're needing fruit, I feel like you're needing more energy. You're needing to get more prepared for whatever the next phase of your journey is. And Blanca, I'm glad you're there. And I don't suppose now that you're going to school and quarantining that you want to clean house anymore. She used to help me clean the house. I'm desperate.
Renee had a question about New Zealand. I don't think we saw that. Did you see it?
No, but I've been watching a new show that's filmed down there. And Dylan, when I told him he's going to move to New Zealand, which we are not, I'm over
He
it.
thought it was New Zealand?
He thought it was New Zealand.
Keep going back and see if you see it. There, wait a minute. Let's see.
Ask again.
There it is.
Oh, wait.
What do you get about New Zealand? Why everything is so good there? Have they done something spiritually or just good
All
leadership?
the above. All the above. And they make a good mystery, too. They got problems, too, like the way maybe some of their, I don't know how to pronounce that, their native population has not been treated well exactly. But I do feel that They had very good leadership who took very good action. Plus, I think it's just a healthier, more vibrant part of the world. It's not been destroyed yet.
Right. Okay, so we were talking about the magnetic field reverse. Let's just add this. We've got this whole stew of chaos and,
Why not?
apocalypse, and toss into that a little. Weakening of the Earth's magnetic field could be a sign of geomagnetic reversal of north and south poles. Mm-hmm. We'll put a little spice of that in the stew. But anyway, there's some scientific stuff in here about how they're measuring that. But what I see, it's actually moved the magnetic field. The poles have shifted by like 8% mm-hmm. between now, but from 1970 to now. And they say that the last time such a shift took place was 780,000 years ago. It's long
overdue.
Long overdue, because usually a geomagnetic reversal takes place about every 250,000 years, which a lot of you guys, if you read this kind of stuff, you'll know that's approximately the length of a cycle, a great wheel of history, great cycle of history. This is the part that made me laugh, though. The space agency assures that it is constantly monitoring the changes in the magnetic field. And I thought, well, I'm so comforted, because what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to have to reset some compasses, I guess.
Okay, speaking of compasses, my internal compass was totally screwed up on this past Tuesday, and I bet you guys were too. And if you want to know why you felt so bizarro on Tuesday, look what the Schumann resonance was doing on Tuesday. You see those big white lines and then the big total blackout?
Well, that looks sort of horrifying.
That was Tuesday of this week. That was basically from wee hours of the morning into like the afternoon. Now, we've seen whiteouts way longer than that. But you can see, and since then, like today, this going backwards thing is hard for me. Today it's just all blue and calm, or at least it was when I printed this out before I left the house about noon. But all of that white and then that total blackout, that was on Tuesday. And let me tell you, Tuesday I felt like my head was going to fly right off of my body. I felt like there was so much pressure in my head that I could not take it anymore.
I was in pain Tuesday.
Well, now you know why. There was huge earth things going on that day.
I was in a lot of pain. I was with my back, and I hurt all the time anyway. I'm so tired of hurting. Anyway, that was beside the point. But yeah, Tuesday was significantly bad.
Well,
for
it's right there. There's the
so I guess we are very connected to this earth.
Oh yeah, and I think we're probably going to feel more so. And Annie's going to comment here. Forgiveness is easy. A feeling of love and empathy. Compassion just is.
Not easy like for everybody, girlie.
Yeah, I think she might be responding to something that was said or written earlier. But you know what? Forgiveness
is freeing.
That's the key, man. That's the key. I've learned that, and believe me, I'm not there, but I can see that's the forgiveness and letting go.
Sometimes it takes a higher power, you have to ask for help. Sometimes it takes supernatural help for you to be able to forgive us, because to forgive means you, as if it never happened. It's done. The debt is paid, and it can be very. Some things that have happened to people are so bad that they can't. They hold on to their anger because that's what protects them. But really, all it's really doing is just adding more weight to them and keeping them stuck. So you can't just like say, "Oh, that person murdered my child. It's fine. I'm totally okay with it." It's not like that. But for your sake, sometimes you have to say, I need help finding forgiveness because, I want to be forgiven for the things I've done to others, and I can't be forgiven if I can't know how to do it for somebody else. So, some things, though, it's going to be beyond human ability, and you need a higher power maybe to help you to find that. Not for other people, but for yourself, so that you can have the rest of your life a measure of peace in it.
I'll tell you what Ellen told me this week, and it was or maybe it's late last week. It was a real eye-opener for me. One thing that makes it hard, or has been an obstacle for me to forgive, is because you feel like if you've been wronged, and sometimes there is you were wrong. Okay, it's absolutely right. You were right. They were wrong. They inflicted harm on you. You find yourself holding out for justice, like the big apology, here's your certificate of you were right. And sometimes they're just, you just have to accept the idea that that's not going to come.
And
That's
see,
not going to
here's
happen.
the thing. You're holding on to that, and it's destroying your health, your peace of mind, your thought process, getting in the way of your future relationships or whatever. They're out there doing just fine. They don't need your forgiveness at all. You know, a lot of people, they don't need it. They're fine. It's about you. It's about you letting go. Can't control it. You can't fix it. You're not going to do it. Down the road, they may wake up, smell the coffee, and realize, and they actually ask for your forgiveness. But until then, it's what you can't live like it.
And even if
people
they
want to protect themselves, and they feel like they got that anger too, that it protects them. All it does is just weigh you down. Go ahead.
I was just, well, when you said that, it just kind of blew out of my mind what I was going to say.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It was just a reiteration of the same thing, which is, you know, even if they don't ever get down the road and go, oh gosh, you know what, Kim was so right and I was so mean to her, even if that never happens, that's okay. That's where you have to get. That's okay.
Yeah, that's not,
It's
like I
fine.
said, it's not about, you can't control other people by you holding on to something they did or did not do. And, you know, here's the thing. I have been minding my own business, you know, as I frequently do. And I have had a stray thought come into my mind about something I did to somebody 20, 30 years ago. Some random thing. And then it hit me because maybe I'm older and wiser now. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. And it just kills me. And I have to pray and ask for forgiveness. And if I ever see certain people, I will tell them. And I have done that. I have seen people. I remembered something I did you in high school or something, maybe, you know. I would never, I don't think, intentionally do that. And it's also come to my attention that I sound totally mean sometimes. I think it's a Scorpio thing, and I don't mean to. I don't think I'm even feeling mean at all. I think I'm just being regular and ordinary. And evidently, I'm traumatizing and terrorizing people left and right. I apologize and
The
ask for
carnage
forgiveness
is
for
everywhere.
that. Evidently, there is carnage everywhere. Exactly. And I'm so sorry because I don't realize I'm having that effect on anybody. I don't. For me, I'm just carrying on. And again, this is a Scorpio thing. They don't get that they're crushing someone under their heel when they're just flinging a little fit for the day, you know. So
Yeah.
apologies in advance because, you know, I am what I am.
And, you know, Annie continues the dialogue about forgiveness and forgiveness of self. That is, that's the biggie. That's the biggie.
That's what I struggle with too. Oh my God, I wish I had a dog. Well, I wish I had whatever. How many times I have said, especially lately, I hate myself. I hate myself. I mean, just
that really bothers me when you do
it bothers me when I do it because I'm not thinking, I think I shall now say that I hate myself. I don't. It comes out of me because it's what I'm feeling, and the feeling is so overwhelming because I look back and I wish I could have done better. I wish I could have known then what I know now, I guess you might say, as far as other people's feelings or my own emotion, my own responses, my own whatever. I hate myself right now just saying this. It's like, I'm so self-absorbed. God, I cannot stand myself right now. I cannot.
See, don't say that.
I am sorry, but maybe
This is
I am
therapy
what I
in
am.
action here. Don't say that because your body.
I want to purge that. I do. I want to purge that.
You're programming it in when you say it.
And I want to forgive. And I'm working on forgiving myself. It's not like I killed anybody that I know of. It's just, I just wish I damaged myself. I damaged myself by making stupid decisions. What was I thinking? It wasn't what I was thinking. It was what I was feeling. My feelings getting away. I hate not being a Vulcan. If I was a Vulcan, I feel like my whole life would have been better. I guarantee you it would have been great.
I think I'm part Vulcan.
I know you're part Vulcan. And I have, oh God, I wish I had that. Oh, well. Oh, Renee, it ain't coming, honey. I told you not to respect people on that TV deal. This is the 5th time I think I've been approached. Never went this far before. But they have just
about what Blanca said about forgiveness.
What'd she say?
Oh, nothing. How hard it is to forgive people. And she added a
see.
Blanca-ism.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to show y'all how
shame on you, Shannon. I'll catch up with you one of these days, old gal.
How creative that Dylan is. This was on the table when I came in. It's a little plane he made, or some kind of little flying bean. and I couldn't quite figure out what it was made out of. It's one of James's old inhalers, and he put wings on it,
Yeah.
and there it is.
I have never seen anybody that will build with anything. I mean, honest to God, if there's anything randomly laying about, he will make something out of it. It's crazy.
So that's our challenge. We need to, in our grown-up way, see the old inhalers laying around and figure out what new we can make out of them.
I wish I had that gift. I'm not that creative. I wish I could.
All right, girly, as you would say, it's about closing time. But why don't you? What do you feel for us? What do we need to know going into this next week or so?
Don't be like me. Watch me and do everything opposite that I do. Actually, I think what you want to do is try to stay balanced. Don't get caught up in the energy of others, and talk to yourself and be a friend to yourself. You know, I mean, I Scorpio, I'm going to blame everything on Scorpio today. Everything is going to be at that gate because, you know, sometimes people do get into a very emotional place, especially if you have been traumatized as a child. You know, whatever age that happened, very often the maturity stops. So there's part of me that has probably got the emotional makeup of a toddler. So it's like sad but true. But, you know, you don't just say, oh, well, I don't have to feel that way anymore. It's hard. You know, you hold on to stuff and you don't mean to, but there's a scar. And a scar is a scar, and there it is, you know. So you have to work maybe at healing, and you work that by being a really good friend to yourself. You do that by being your own advocate. And, you know, even though I bust out and I say things like I hate myself sometimes, and I know I can't, it is what it is. I'm not going to beat myself up for that either. I'm going to say, well, you know what? This is maybe what a toddler would feel like. And now maybe now that I know I'm feel this way, now I can acknowledge it and say, okay, you don't have to do that. You're human. My gosh, you have seen so many people over the years that you cannot hold a candle to. So, you know, some of them have been like, I can't hold a candle to them because they're so much better than me. It's like crazy in what they've done and accomplished and their way they are. Oh my God, I'm thinking of some right now. I wish I could be half the person that they are. But then there's a whole lot of other people I'm thinking, oh damn, even I'm not that bad. So, you know, it goes both ways. I don't know, I'm just talking.
Okay, so what do you want us to know before we part company?
I want to say, if life were a road, the gravel road that we found ourselves on, having somehow gotten off the interstate of life, could turn into a logging road, and heck, we may even have to get out and walk before it's all over. But the road does come to a better place on down a ways, and it'll get smooth again. And it may not be the road we thought we was going to be on. It may not be taking us to the destination that we originally agreed to, but it's a road that we need to be or we wouldn't be there. So just keep driving. That's all you can do.
Okay. All right, y'all. It's been always, you know, a pleasure to get with you on a Thursday afternoon. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for sharing, if you wish. And bye, y'all. Here we go. It always takes me a half an hour to get to shut down. And let's try again. Here we go.